Hector, makakasama ang veteran journalist na si Loli Acosta. Mabuhay! Sulong na Bayan!
Pagpalang hapon po sa ating mga tagapakinig. Welcome po sa ating programang Sulong Na Bayan. At syempre, tayo po ay gustong makapaglingkod at makapagbahagi ng iba't ibang kaalaman. So ang ating segment, Entrepreneurs and Envoys at yung mga diplomats, we will find out in a while kung paano nga po ba maging diplomat na ikaw ay magsisilbi o maglilingkod sa ibang bansa. Now, we're so blessed, nakarating siya from Davao, straight from Davao, at napakarami ng kanyang tungkulin, and we'll find out from him dahil naging guest na po natin siya, suki na ng ating programang Sulong Na Bayan, but this time, he will educate us the how-tos. Kung kayo po ay mga interesado, yung ating mga new graduates na ngayong May or June ay magsisitapos ng kanilang pag-aaral, then meron po kayong option kung anong gusto nyong gawin or siguro mag-aral pa ng kaunti para maging ambassador or chargé d'affaires or foreign officer, foreign service officer. But we'll find out from him. So let's welcome to our program, Sulong Na Bayan, ating suki, no less than the Honorary Consul of Finland to Mindanao, no less than the Honorable Antonio S. Peralta. We call him Antonio, we call him Tony. Consul Tony. Welcome again to our program. Hello.
Hello to your listeners, Loli.
Yes.
Thank you and good afternoon for having me here again. And it's always been a pleasure to talk about the kind of opportunities that are out there, especially for the younger ones that are graduating from their classes or in the course of their career pursuits. We can also talk about it if there's any interest at all in the foreign service.
I'm sure when I was young, I have to tell you this for everybody. When I was like after college, I wanted to be an ambassador. Every time there's like a guest from the Foreign Diplomatic Corps that will be our guest speaker, I'm so amazed. Pagdating yan, Sir Tony, naka-stretch limousine. Kasi bababa from her car or his car. Sabi ko, one day I want to be ambassador. That was the start of my interest. But little did I know, hindi pala ako mag-ambassador, journalist pala. It's this practically may similarities because I wanted to travel, I wanted to go see places and report and say the narratives, what I find in every country. The same thing pa rin pala sa pagiging ambassador. You have to know everything. But syempre, educate us. Ano nga po ba? What's the meaning of, well, the Diplomatic Corps is the collective body of foreign diplomats accredited to a particular country or body. So what does that mean, Diplomatic Corps?
The Diplomatic Corps really represents a group of people representing countries, whether you're an honorary consul or you are a full-time consul general. As in our case in Davao, we have 4 consulate general offices there, Japan. You also have China, Indonesia, and Malaysia.
Okay.
And that's how you gauge the development of a particular place, given the number of foreign diplomats that are stationed there.
So ano po, what are the functions of the Diplomatic Corps?
Well, the functions of the Diplomatic Corps is to really promote better relationships between the host country, as in this case it's the Philippines, and the countries that have sent representatives here. Again, as I said, you have full-time consulate general offices here. And at the same time, you also have those honorary consulates which are really set up by the embassy in Manila, for them to have a better reach to the provinces or to certain regions. They appoint people that are recommended to them by various sectors, the business sector, the academe, CSO organizations. So all of them have a particular role in selecting the kind of consuls that are out there. A consul must really be knowledgeable about their place of assignment, like in this case, Mindanao.
Mindanao.
And it's not only just Davao City, but Mindanao in general. At the same time, there's also a good working knowledge of the kind of policy advocacies that the countries abroad would promote in the Philippines. In the case of Europe, it's the circular economy, education, as well as, I would say, even internet-based type of businesses. No? So it's veering towards that. It's more of the knowledge type of businesses that are really being pursued.
Yeah, having said that, you guys, the Diplomatic Corps, play a vital role in the international diplomacy and negotiation.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What's the role actually of diplomats?
Okay, the main role of conducting such negotiations are always with the embassies in Metro Manila, since Metro Manila is the capital.
Right, seat of
And
power.
the seat of power, that's where it all starts. You only get involved if the ambassador sees that you are needed and your advice is sought for, that you are called to give your opinions about certain issues that may need some further clarifications and
Clarity.
in the process of, let's say, resolving certain issues or coming to terms with an agreement, So a lot of that is happening now. As you can see, we have
Negotiations is like,
yes,
wow.
especially
Have to have that stamina.
with the recent developments taking place abroad. It's really a different global situation that we're seeing right now. No?
It's not like if you say it's different global situation right now. Is it like harder this time than it used to be?
Well, yes, it is indeed a difficult situation because we are all used to our markets have always been linked to one another. Our activities are always intertwined as part of the globalization efforts that have happened over the last several decades. And now there is the process of decoupling such relationships and because of the kind of tariff scenarios that we're seeing that's coming out from Western countries. No?
Decoupling. May I ask you what, in layman's term, what is it? What does that mean?
Paghihiwalay.
Ayan. Ayaw natin yan, but it happens. Kasi who would have thought that Mr. Trump will, all this tariff that he's implementing?
There are reasons for him to have decided on that course, but there's also reasons also for the countries to respond in kind or maybe reach an agreement with him if they see that it would be beneficial to their country as well, to resolve such differences.
So if you have like an ability to say the right thing, like when two friends are fighting, kasi nga sabi mo there's negotiation, making both of them happy, how does that go?
You always go back to the points where you even became friends in the first instance.
To begin with.
Build on that. That's a common strategy even among our friends.
Yung turo ba yan? Is that being taught to you when you were like studying foreign service course?
For the record, I never had any studies with the foreign service. Much of what I'd learned was my being experience and also working with governments overseas. No? I used to work for the Northern Territory government of Australia for 3 years.
Wow, that's an experience.
It was. Actually, that was the first, I would say, diplomatic post that I have had. I represented
What was
Northern...
it like? Can you tell us narratives?
The first...
You said that's Australia.
It was very challenging because at the time, Australia wasn't even part of ASEAN, or is not yet part of ASEAN. But
just now.
They were very active in the formation of sub-regional groupings we have one in Mindanao with its neighbors called Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East ASEAN Growth Area. BIMP Yaga.
Okay.
They were there because when that growth area was established, they contributed to international trade between the ports of General Santos, Darwin, and even Indonesia. They had cattle boats coming, in the 90s. You had a lot of, 3 or 4 cattle boats a week. These cattle boats brought cattle here for fattening.
Okay.
They were fattened in General Santos, slaughtered, and sent to the markets in Manila. So, if you really are looking for imported steak at that time, just go to Gensa.
Big Wagyus.
So,
Yummy.
The interesting thing about this is that you get to see a lot of the going-ons with what you read in the papers and with what the actual how the actual action is coming about. If you're a student of history, there would be really a lot of interest to pursue that line of career. But for me, I never expected that.
Yeah, you didn't foresee that you will be assigned there in Northern Australia?
I never did. No, I never did. Largely because I guess that was the time when we were doing BIMP Yaga, we were doing the integration of Mindanao's economy, with the formation of the Mindanao Economic Development Council then. And we had a very dynamic leadership with Mr.
FBR.
Paul Dominguez, who reported directly to FBR, who was our boss.
FBR no less. The art of being tactful, I think he has perfected that kind of...
Oh, yes. We learned a lot from him. We learned a lot from
the
him.
big guy, the FBR.
Yes.
Kasi if you're diplomatic, of course, you have to be tactful. You can be diplomatic in your personal life if you're polite, if you're easy to get along with, and able to deliver the bad news. Ito po yung napaka-challenging yan. The bad news in a kind way. How does that go? Bad news ito,
Without
but in
getting
a
shot?
kind way, without getting, right.
Don't shoot me at the messenger, right?
Don't shoot the messenger. How's that? How's that like?
Well, for one, there are many ways of really going out about it. It depends on the person that's taking the message, and it would really require a lot of skill and tact to go about it without getting misunderstood,
Right.
and at the same time getting the right kind of response.
Okay.
No, that
Reaction.
this is something else that some people really need to go in. You don't come in with a very strong-handed effort. I've always believed that you cannot wage discussion or win that, because the first place is always to listen.
Listen, that's a very big part.
That's a very integral part in negotiations.
I agree.
Always take the position of somebody who listens.
Okay. Is that like saying, tantamount to saying, okay, you listen, you will obey it?
Not really.
You'll have
Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, and you have the right to express such opinions, but in a way where it's not seen as being hostile, but being firm about what you believe in.
What you stand on.
Yeah.
Most of the time, there are compromises, so-called compromises. So,
Well, the compromises must always be done with reason. You have to play a careful, balancing act. It's never having to sell your own principles.
principle. Yeah, you have to stand
But
on it.
learning how to defend and stand for it at the right time in the right place.
So who protects diplomats like you? Kasi napaka-sensitive din ng mga positions niyo.
Well, that depends. No? I mean, there's always, of course, the law enforcement agencies here that provide security for you if you need one. People ask me, like,
Safe.
for instance, sa Mindanao, because I come from Mindanao.
Because you come from Mindanao. That's
Have I
yeah, you
received
beat me on that.
any-
That's what I was about
any
to
threat?
ask.
No, there's none. In fact, on the contrary, it depends on how you relate yourself to the communities,
Okay.
how you are seen, and
How you're
that's
perceived.
very, very important that there is that respect. There's that important of being seen as a friend.
As a friend and as the diplomat,
Yes, and as
the
somebody
leader.
else, that can sit down and listen. most of the time, arguments happen because there's nobody that's listening.
Right. Everybody's talking. Everybody has to say something. Everybody has like being in the know. So, what's the highest diplomat position?
Oh, that of an ambassador. If you're looking at the structure of in a particular country, governments assign their ambassadors. Of course, here, if you're looking at the highest position, that's the Secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Okay.
Or in other countries, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
So, is it, what's the difference, tell us, of being an ambassador and a diplomat? Is there any difference?
Yes. Well, a diplomat can be a consul, can be the charge
Treasury affairs.
It can also be, of course, it's the ambassador, the consul general. That is the term that's commonly used. They are all classified as diplomats. Even honorary consuls are classified as diplomats. In the case of ambassadors, that is like
Plenipotent.
you are seen as the representative of the country where you're coming from.
Or the alter ego, maybe.
Yes, the alter ego of the president. So it's a very sensitive position. That's why you have the Commission on Appointments that vet the appointments of these ambassadors.
Scrutinized and rigid.
And of course, what's very important is the qualifications that go with it, you know?
Ayan, talk about qualifications. What are the qualifications that you can like?
The kind of qualification, definitely, you have to be a college grad. If you had any masteral experience or doctorate experience, that would certainly help. At the same time, you have to be a career service professional. You must have taken at least your exams to qualify you for the post. The civil service provides that every year. And it's a continuing process. It's not like a one-shot deal. You need to really update yourself as you go through. So that's exactly what's out there. Also, the important thing here is having a good understanding, not just the educational qualifications, but more of understanding the kind of situations that are out there in your country and in the region and in the world. You need to know more about the impact of how these developments translate to situations that will come out and affect the country you're in. No?
And we talk about how secure can you be. Is there like, are diplomats immune to crime?
Well, honorary diplomats, we are subject to the law.
Okay, covered by law.
There is no diplomatic immunity.
Okay.
But for those that are consul generals, for instance, that are really part of the embassy structure, the formal embassy structure, yeah, they do. They do have, they enjoy a diplomatic immunity because, as in the case of honorary consulates, you are invited to represent the country. But there are, of course, limitations to that.
Okay, may parameters.
Previously, we don't even give visas.
Okay.
We don't.
Can
Previously,
secure visas from you.
no, there's no visa. But in our case, we normally refer them to Manila.
Okay.
And there's a third party, VFS, that does the visa processing and all of this. So for students that really want to get into it, especially for those engaged in international studies, the best career path would, of course, be joining the government, no? And other students, I am also aware, have joined foreign chambers.
Yes, FCCs.
And then they've also joined other international organizations to get that kind of experience of working in an international environment.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You were saying diplomatic immunity is not being enjoyed by everybody.
No, it's not.
Okay. So what are the diplomats exempt from?
Well,
Meron ba?
I would say exempt in the sense that we as diplomats never engage in any political discussion.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, we don't.
Okay.
Because we are seen as guests here in this country. Even me as a local, because I represent Finland, I never express any political views. That's really something else that we are all careful about, especially in the midst of an election season. Even if my own personal views were sought, I have chosen not to give such opinions because, again, as I see myself, I'm not only just representing the Embassy of Finland, but also the European Chamber of Commerce and also the Japanese Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber in Australia.
So I cannot just make statements to that effect.
Sure, I understand. Okay, when we come back, we have to return, but we have to pause for a quick break. We'll ask the good Honorary Consul of Finland, what is the aim of best diplomats? He'll answer that when we return.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong Na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Maglaro sa Bingo Plus app para tuloy-tuloy ang premyo at saya. At malay mo mapanalunan mo pa ang jackpot prize sa first online live stream bingo sa Pinas. Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Visit pagcor.ph/regulatory or email keepitfun@pagcor.ph. Game responsibly. Keep it fun. Maglaro sa Bingo Plus app para tuloy-tuloy ang premyo at saya. At malay mo mapanalunan mo pa ang jackpot prize sa first online live stream bingo sa Pinas. Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Visit pagcor.ph/regulatory or email keepitfun@pagcor.ph. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
Download Bingo Plus app now on Google Play and Apple App Store for a chance to win up to 312 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
Come on, let's go to Isuzu Jaguars. You won't regret it. Come on, let's go to Isuzu Jaguars. We've got your back. Isuzu Jaguars, your partner through it all. Isuzu Jaguars, Isuzu Jaguars, Isuzu Jaguars. Let's journey together.
Visit Isuzu Gencars Makati, Isuzu Santa Rosa, Isuzu Batangas Santo Tomas, Isuzu Batangas City, Isuzu San Pablo, Isuzu Legazpi, and Isuzu Naga.
Papalakas ng papalakas, palinaw ng palinaw, mga balita at impormasyong naiintindihan dahil malinaw mong nalaman. Tutok lang sa DWIZ mula umaga hanggang gabi. Updated on air and online. DWIZ, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Latest, pinakabago at tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na po ang mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. Resolusyong mag-iimbestiga sa implementasyon ng NCAP, inihain sa Kamara. Alamin ang detalye mula kay Patrol 30 Jelly Mendez.
Naghain ng House Resolution number 2293 si One Rider Party List Representative Rog Gutierrez na humihiling para imbestigahan ang pagpapatupad ng Metropolitan Manila Development Authority o MMDA ng No Contact Apprehension Policy o NCAP sa bansa. Nais ng kongresista na iantala ang implementasyon ng NCAP, bunsod na rin ng napakaraming issue na hindi pa rin nare-resolba, dahilan para mas lalong mahirapan at malito ang publiko, partikular na ang mga motorista. Binigyan din ni Congressman Gutierrez ang kahalagahan na malinaw ang road signages, guidelines sa vehicle ownership transfers at ang inconsistent na pagpapatupad nito. Anya, hindi naging patas ang mga ipinataw na parusa at delay sa epektibong rollout ng naturang programa na nakaapekto sa mga rider. Iginit ng Sulong na magandaan niya ang intensyon ng polisiya pero hindi gamot o solusyon ang pagbawi sa Temporary Restraining Order o TRO sa kasalukuyang problema sa sektor ng transportasyon. Binanggit din ng kongresista ang kakulangan sa malinaw na legal framework, due process, surveillance system at accessibility sa violation records. Ipinunto ni Congressman Gutierrez na dapat ding malaman ng publiko ang kahandaan ng MMDA kung saan ay nakausap Kinausap niya ang Land Transportation Office at sinabi na hindi umano handa ang naturang sistema. Ito si Patrol 30. Jelly Mendez nag-uulat para sa impilang may todong lakas sa DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At iyan ang mga tamang balita sa mga oras na ito. Mag-follow at subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ News digital channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News app at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Gia Rafael, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Ang balitang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Ang oras natin ngayon, 5:26 p.m.
That time check was brought to you by Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now on Google Play and Apple App Store for a chance to win up to 312 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya, plus sa panalo. Gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong Na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Alright, nagbabalik po muli ang ating programang Sulong na Bayan. Pasulong na pasulong po tayo. Why? Because we're now learning mga bagong matatawag natin. Our guest of honor right here is educating us in as far as diplomatic corps is concerned. If you're interested to really become an ambassador someday, then tune in. Don't change your dial. Before we pause for a break, I was asking the good Consul, Honorary Consul Antonio Peralta, what is the aim of best diplomats? Is there like nakasentro ba kayo?
Well, the aim of most diplomats is to do a good job of their present assignments.
Okay.
And we are all judged by the performance we give, no?
Okay.
So, insofar as what I've seen, there's no such thing as a small accomplishment.
Menial job.
All of this can result to something bigger.
Okay.
So, I've learned how to really never take anything for granted.
It's
as I
like
said,
you're always on your toes.
Yes, because of the situation in this world. It's very fluid at this time.
Fluid.
So we just have to be much more be prepared.
Okay. Or it's not just about resolving conflicts
Yeah, it's not just about that.
or
So
building bridges.
yes, but building bridges and at the same time achieving kind of peace during our times. There's very good relations between the countries concerned,
Okay.
and at the same time promote a more, I
Understand.
would say, win-win situation for both countries. Where they can really base and grow their friendships on.
Like understanding, promoting understanding, or shaping a united future. Because you think right now, we will not go into the nitty-gritty, but the world is in turmoil. Is that an accurate description?
It is.
It is?
Sad to say,
Wow.
it is, because an honest assessment of that, it's not a secret. It's all over the papers, from CNN to BBC to the different newspapers out in Europe or around the world, in Asia as well. We are all affected by that because, again, we have a more globalized economy, a globalized relationship among countries. That one impact, one event is somewhere can create ripple effects.
Right. It's like, it spreads like fire or something. Then what is the benefit of becoming a diplomat?
Well, reflecting on the experiences that I've had, it's more of the satisfaction of seeing that you're able to develop better relationships between two countries, or sometimes even one region. Depends on the kind of situation you're in, no? Where there is that mutual benefit, mutual respect that can lead to better progress on both sides. I guess that's really the kind of goal that each diplomat has, which they keep in their hearts at least,
Right.
something that they can pursue.
Tell us, who appoint ambassadors? Is it our president?
Yes, it's normally the choice of the president. Yes, of course, these nominees are vetted by different sectors, as I said, no? The business sector, the academe, the general public, or sometimes even from the previous experiences that people have had with a particular individual on how this person has performed in the past. That's why you do see a lot of these ambassadors moving from one country to another because they have done well,
Right.
they get promoted.
Is there like a term of office, like 3 years or 4?
Yes, normally it's, in some countries it's 4 years. I still have to see somebody that's 3 years, no? Three-year term. But mostly 4 years.
Would you say which country has the strongest embassy in your experience?
Okay, strongest embassy is
The two
in terms of what?
maybe the two power leading countries. Like,
Or maybe, if you put it this
size
way,
of the diplomatic networks.
there's a scale of passports, you know. How strong your passport, it reflects the strength of your government. Di ba?
Yung index.
There's always that index that we all go back to.
Okay.
So I really think that it's more of trying to pursue really, you know, when you look at the strength of each country, while that may be a strength, but other countries, like in the case of Finland,
Okay.
I talk about it. Finland is not really a big country, but it is considered to be the most happiest country in the world.
Yes. Wow.
And yet,
I'd like to be there. I'd like
in
to
terms
be
of
there.
its economy, it's doing very well.
Really? Wow.
Very well, very well.
Despite of inflation and all?
Yes, in fact,
Where do you
there are
attribute that?
opportunities out in Finland now for those that are graduating.
You
It's
guys
something else
listening.
that could be, that you can probably pursue. You check out the website of the Embassy of Finland, try to,
What kind of jobs would that be?
this would be in the
Agriculture,
healthcare,
maybe?
tourism, even manufacturing. And the kind of jobs that they are looking and considering openings for are even in middle management, which is really a big jump from just
Yes.
starting out as an entry position. While there are entry positions that are open, there are those naman na if you are really seasoned enough and you really want to work out there, there will always be an opportunity there. And the reason why is because Finland has encouraged stronger labor migration to help augment the needs of their economy. And given the growth of businesses there, of course, you'll need you'll need the right kind of people to work. 3 countries that they have selected
Okay,
here in
these
Asia.
are
The Philippines,
Philippines. Wow, we're part of it.
South Korea, and Vietnam.
So Korea and Vietnam.
So we have a very
Take
good
advantage.
chance. Yes,
Yeah, we have a good chance.
Yeah. And,
Manufacturing, that's what Consul Tony says. And then in healthcare, ang gagaling natin dyan.
because look at the situation of Finland. You only have 5 million people compared to the Philippines, where you have
100.
over 100 million.
Right. And are they aging already?
Yes, there
they
is
need
the
healthcare.
concern on aging, also aging population. It's not only in Finland, but also elsewhere. It's everywhere, even in Japan.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you consider maybe, they say, the new U.S. Embassy in London, England, aims to be 2 things that are usually mutually exclusive. You think what is the most expensive embassy in the world?
Well, it's based on your cost of living.
Cost of living, yeah.
Yeah, that's really a main driver there. How much you pay for rents relative to other countries, the cost of food, the cost of staying there, you know. So all of that is really factored in. All of this really translate to hard dollars, no? Especially if you're looking at an economy that's kind of like trying to balance its books. Every cent counts, no? So
Every cent counts.
you have to be very prudent with the choices that you make. Something that would also not, anyway, put your country at a disadvantage always, but looking for the right kind of location is important.
So would you say the hardest visa? Tell us what's the hardest visa to get in the world?
The
Now
hardest
they have
visa?
different policies. They keep coming with different, like the U.S. Embassy now has kind of changed their
Well,
application for visa.
changes like that are born by also the political changes
Depends.
that are happening in each country. To say that one country has a very difficult visa application, I only see these things as temporary because they change over time.
I remember.
Their needs change over time.
Right. I remember, Sir Tony, we used to not pay. It's like gratis when we apply for securing a U.S. visa. But now we pay. Why is that?
Well, it's part of them also trying to streamline their processes, no? And
There's
of
cost.
course, there's also the other cost of running a government. So every point where they can really raise revenue would always be something that would be a positive to them, no?
Okay.
That's exactly the way things are when governments are organized.
Okay, yeah. We will ask our good Consul Tony what's the oldest embassy in the world. But before he answers that, we have to pause for another break. See you in
Si
a
Miss
while.
Loli Acosta, Sulong Na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Narito na ang Filipino Mirror, ang unang tabloid sa negosyo. Nagtatampok ng mga eksklusibong balita at impormasyon ng pagtatagumpay sa negosyo. Ang tabloid na nagbibigay ng gabay at inspirasyon sa pag-unlad at pag-asenso. Filipino Mirror, naglalaman ng mga nagbabagang balita, napapanahong issue, may init na opinyon at komentaryo. Filipino Mirror, ang unang tabloid sa negosyo. Pinarangalan ng Gawad Tanglaw bilang natatanging pahayagan sa 3 magkakasunod na taon at marami pang pagkilala. Kaya bumili na at magbasa ng Filipino Mirror ng umasenso sa
Mga malalaking mga balita, ang mga matitinding mga pinag-uusapan, ang mga maiinit at pinagtatalunang mga issue. Lahat hagip, lahat malalaman. Hindi lang sa buong Metro at Mega Manila. Kasama na ang buong Pilipinas. Hahagupit na ang mga malalaking issue sa Ronda Pilipinas. Live na live sa DWIZ AM Metro at Mega Manila. Naka-live din sa DWIZ News FM Regional Stations. Naka-live din sa Radyo Ronda AM Radio sa Pilipinas. Live ding mapapanood sa Aliw 23 Free TV. At naka-live din sa lahat ng DWIZ Digital News accounts, Facebook, YouTube at DWIZ News website. Ronda Pilipinas. Wala nang mahuhuli sa balita. Wala nang maiiwanang issue na hindi mo alam. Ngayon, updated ka na sa Ronda Pilipinas. Kasama si Dennis Antenor Jr. Ronda Pilipinas. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Dahil ang dating ng DWIZ ay nationwide. Kailangan mabalitaan mo ang mga nagbabagang balita saan man ito sa Pilipinas. Hatid ng buong puwersa ng DWIZ News Gathering Team. Hatid ang programang magbibigay ng tamang impormasyon na galing sa lahat ng region sa buong bayan. DWIZ Network News. Bida ang lahat ng DWIZ regional stations at lahat ng news correspondents sa lahat ng lugar sa bayan. Kasama sina Angelo Bainio at Maine Barreto. Naka-live sa DWIZ Manila at lahat ng DWIZ regional stations sa buong Pilipinas. Mapapanood din sa Aliw Channel 23 at lahat ng DWIZ DWIZ Digital Channel, Facebook, YouTube at DWIZ News website. Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. DWIZ Network News. What's up, Pilipinas? What's up, Pilipino? Sana diretso ang araw mo na payapa, tahimik at maunlad. Tara, sali ka na sa programang may usapang pangkapayapaan, usapang pangkaunlaran sa Up Pilipinas. Usapang pangkapayapaan, usapang pangkaunlaran Pilipinas. Kasali ang lahat sa kwentuhang pambayan. Live na live sa DWIZ Manila. Live din sa Aliw 23 Free TV. At pwedeng i-follow sa lahat ng DWIZ Facebook, YouTube. At pwede ring mapanood sa DWIZ News app. Kasama si retired Brigadier General Jerry Zamudio at ang batikang broadcaster na sina Andy Vital at Emil Carion. Up Pilipinas. Usapang pangkapayapaan, usapang pangkaunlaran Pilipinas. Tuwing Tuesday to Friday, 7 p.m. Pagsapit ng alas 12 bago ka mag-lunch o kaya nagla-lunch ka. Dagdagan pa ang mga alam mo para hindi ka naman huli sa balita. Live sa DWIZ Manila at sa lahat ng DWIZ News FM sa buong Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. At mapapanood ng live sa Aliw 23 Free TV at sa lahat ng digital channel ng DWIZ. Ang Balitang Bayan. Mga balitang nangyari lang at kasalukuyang nangyayari. Balitang Bayan. Kasama ang opisyal na tagagising ng bayan, si Drew Nasino. Di ka aantukin kapag nalaman mo na ang latest sa Balitang Bayan. Sa patuloy na pagbabalita ng tama at paglilingkod ng tama. Balitang Bayan. Araw-araw, 12 noon. Mga moments na hindi malilimutan. Mga moments na laging babalikan. Mga moments na that will stay forever.
Memories like the corners of my mind.
Know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch.
Songs and poetry with the seniors. Senior Moments.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take
Sundays, 12:30 p.m. with attorney Romy Makalintal, certified senior citizen sa DWIZ, DWIZ News FM Regional and Aliw Channel 23.
close to you.
Nakikita pa ba ang pagmamano sa mga Pilipino ngayon, lalo na sa mga kabataan ngayon? Meron siguro, pero yung iba, inuutusan pa. Huwag sanang mawala ang tradisyong ito na nagpapakita ng paggalang sa nakatatanda. Atin ito, Pinoy ito. Kapag nakakita ng kabataan, paalalahanan at tanungin, nagmano ka na ba? Isang paalaala para walang makalimot. Hatid ng ALC Group of Companies, Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, Station DWIZ News Nationwide, DWIZ News FM Regional Group, Home Radio 97.9, Aliw Channel 23, Philippines Graphics, Cook, Plan Bank, Business Mirror, Filipino Mirror, Brown Madonna Press Inc., City State Savings Bank, AAA Southeast Equities Inc., Filipinas Pawn Shop, at ng Sandari Batulao. Ang mga balita, dudublehin ang pasada. Ang mga kontrobersyal, mga viral, mga trending na mga tao. Dalawang mas matinding papasadahan. Mga pangyayaring nakikita sa kalsada. Live na papasadahan. Tampalang John Evanez at Drew Nasino. Doble ang lakas, doble ang tindi. DWIZ Pasada Balita sa DWIZ News, DWIZ News TV at Aliw Channel 23 at sa digital channels ng DWIZ. Huwag magpapaiwan para huwag maunahan. Pasada Balita Monday to Friday, 6 a.m.
Karambola nationwide na! Napapakinggan na sa iba't ibang bahagi ng bansa ang programang siksik sa matalino at makabuluhang talakayan. Kasama ang mga host na programa na sina Conrad Banal, Jonathan De La Cruz. Karambola, nationwide na!
Magandang araw po. Ito po si Attorney Ferdy Topacio na nag-aanyaya sa inyo dito sa DWIC 882 AM at live streaming. Mapapakinggan ninyo ako sa programang Yes, Yes, Yo! Topacio! Lunes hanggang Biyernes, nationwide at worldwide. Mga balita, komentaryo, panauhin mula sa politika, showbiz at iba pa. At syempre, may musika at konting intriga. Lahat ng hindi ninyo nakikita, ipakikita ko. Lahat ng nakatago, ilalabas ko dito sa Yes, Yes, Kita Kids, Yeba! DWIZ
Acosta, Sulong Na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Alright, nagbabalik po tayo in our last 12 minutes. I think napakabilis ng ating orasan. Again, we want to know more, but siguro we'll squeeze in everything that we can from our good consul, honorary consul to Finland, no less than his ambassador, I'm sorry, ambassador talaga. Ano siya, Honorable Antonio S. Peralta. The hanging question earlier was, what is the oldest embassy in the world, you think?
I believe so. That would be Spain,
Okay.
because
Not Chile, not...
Spain really was the true pioneer behind all this exploration around the world. You know, you had Ferdinand Magellan,
right.
Christopher Columbus, who discovered the United States, and other explorers that have really traveled the high seas, you know, in search for new places. No?
So, okay, if we have like a strong passport, or maybe, how do you say this? The most expensive passport is, they say, the Syrian passport. What is like the cheapest naman? You know, the weakest passport in the world, maybe.
Weakest passport.
Meron bang ganyan? The least powerful, maybe. Afghanistan siguro.
Afghanistan perhaps, or other countries that are lower income thresholds. It's all based according to the economic condition of your country,
Sure.
your governance among it. No.
Yeah, depends.
Yeah.
Okay, Netherlands maybe,
Yes.
The Hague,
Netherlands,
Austria.
as well.
So, the rarest passport, would you know what
The?
are they? The parang napaka
Rare.
rare, the rarest.
The
in the world.
rarest would be perhaps
Malta, maybe.
Malta,
Yeah.
or maybe not even. Would you say Malta?
Unusual
These smaller island countries, no?
Fiji, maybe.
Fiji is also one.
Kasali din yan. Ayan. Which country naman has most embassy in the world? Ma-educate natin sila.
Okay. At one time, the Americans were, but the Americans I hear are closing down a number of, reducing their diplomatic presence.
Yeah.
No? I would like to think Japan is also one active
Growing.
country. And you can see, you know, I mean, you look at where, even in Burma, at the time when everything was really not stable, but the Japanese were coming in slowly.
Okay.
But I guess it's them really taking a position. The best way to take a position economically in a country is when everything is not set. They're
Why is
already
that?
there. Well, it's kung sa atin pa yan, tawag yan, namomosisyon.
Pumuposition.
Yes. And being there and being seen as a friend that we're here during the tougher times. That explains also why the Japanese have also been very active in areas in Mindanao, even like in the Barm region. You know?
Right. Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, Muslim Mindanao. Right. So what maybe can you educate us the most powerful country in the world, you think?
Right now, China, I think. The U.S. is also there in the mix of things. There are also a groupation of countries, Loli, no? Like the EU.
Yeah, EU.
These are your major country blocks that are out there. In Asia naman, it's Singapore.
Okay.
Everybody has looked at Singapore as a very good model for development.
Is there such a thing as a golden passport?
Well, a golden passport.
Does that mean?
Yes, a golden passport gives applicants or those passport holders the advantage of staying in a particular country
For a longer time.
under a more permanent term, no? As a permanent visa. This is seen to promote investments.
Okay.
There's a minimum.
Right.
Normally,
I remember
it's
one
about,
actress, Bea Alonso.
$250,000.
Oh, okay. You
It's
have
a
to have
pretty
that.
steep cost.
Sure.
Before,
Do we have that here? I think the Philippines
the
also offering
Philippines
that.
has that,
Anyone who's interested
but
to
it's
stay here, but-
Philippine Retirement Authority is the one that
PRA. Okay.
handles that. No?
So you have the right to stay there permanently
Yeah.
and invest, but there's like a minimum that you were saying earlier. So that's the golden passport. Mainly, or you can like, Santa Mangsa saying it's like investment passport.
Yes, it's an investment passport because you have to invest that money elsewhere. There's a guideline that the host government that provides that are your investment areas where you can invest in.
Okay, talk about diplomatic war again. What country or which country is the best in diplomacy, you think? These are all your opinions.
In my opinion, I guess all countries that I've seen here
Okay.
have been very proactive with the Philippines. From experience, I would say that all of them have been present even at a time when the Philippines would need them, like natural disasters when they come. You would see either the EU, Japan,
they're all
the
here,
US
helping
being
out.
present and sending in whatever material, whatever logistical help to help in any calamity,
Right.
be it typhoons, earthquakes,
Any
and the like,
calamity.
volcanic eruptions.
Sure. Disaster-ridden areas. So tell us about the color of our passport. Why is it colored red? Or is that diplomatic color?
Or brown. Well, there must be a reason to it, but I really think that it reflects also our identity as Filipinos.
Okay.
No, we're of brown descent.
Yeah.
We're not Caucasian,
Okay.
except maybe if your parents are Caucasians and you happen to be born in the Philippines, you're an exception.
Right. And then, passport pa rin, what's the most privileged passport? Is there such a thing?
Privileged passport in terms of what? Everybody.
Yan, Singapore, Japan, you mentioned it, France.
All these passports
Lahat ba?
have one thing in common: they all pay taxes.
Right. Has to.
They all
have
pay
to.
taxes. So there's not really the kind of benefits that you see is perhaps you can enter other countries without any other visa requirements. The U.S. I've known that to be the case because they travel around with very minimal requirements. Japan also, Singapore is also in that same category.
Right.
So if you look at the strength of a passport, it's your acceptability
Acceptability.
and, of course,
So-
your reputation.
Reputation, acceptability, you talk about that. So how strong is a Philippine passport?
I will say, looking at the brighter side of it, the Philippines has evolved to be getting there, no? So it's something else that is a process. I mean, I'm not saying that all countries would welcome us. They will still require us to fill in the form for our visas and all. But one thing I can say is that like in the case of what we see in Mindanao right now,
Yep.
the interest of a place with the foreign community is often gauged by the number of diplomats, offices that they have, be it formal office representing their embassy or their honorary consulates that are out there. So, yeah, like in the case of Mindanao, that's say a lot of things.
Right. Imagine, you blossomed. There's like 4 already.
Yeah, well, we have another one coming
Right. What is it?
in, Romania.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's all the time we have, but don't worry, we'll talk about other issues when our good Consul Tony Peralta comes back, maybe for the Finland and the Philippine-Finland relationship. Because it's tomorrow, that's going to be the event coming up tomorrow. But give us like a 60-seconder, what's your message to our newly graduates who would
Well,
really be interested?
My message to our new graduates would be one to always pursue your dreams. While it may look like a general statement, but you alone would know what your dreams are, what you really want to be. And never be deterred by the kind of things that can limit you. Because these limitations that we all have also offer opportunities to become better.
Sure.
So, as I've traveled through this life, I've seen really how things can change at the snap of a finger.
Click.
And it's always the ability of being able to be ready and to accept your own limitations, but at the same time, aspiring to do better.
Right. Well, that's a mouthful. We will again thank everyone for joining us. And syempre, ang ating technical, Sir Wiwan nandyan, Sir Alex and Sir Ricky, tama ba? And again, this is Loli Rivera Acosta. Watch out for our next episode of Entrepreneurs and Envoys and Diplomats. Bye!
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong Na Bayan sa DWIZ